a little touch of excellence right here. I like to do what I call some redneck ballistic materials testing, and I want to see how well these things perform against projectiles of lead, copper, and brass. Got a little bit of everything to throw at this thing today. The major hope right here is to find out the ballistic properties of the standard restroom partition. I'd really like to thank Chassidé to sponsoring our video and making sure that the store shelves were stocked so that I could purchase this fine soda. For our first round of testing, we are going to test out the 22 long rifle right here. We got ourselves a little Federal hollow point. This thing I expect is going to be amazing. We're going to be shooting the 380 Hornady critical defense right there. In the Bursa, we're going to test out the 6 Hour Elite Defense Feet Crown Bullet of Doom. We got the Fiocchi 380 Auto 90 grain a hollow point. And we got ourselves the American Eagle Full Metal Jacket 95 grainer right here. Miscellaneous birdshot loaded into this little 38 special round right here. We got ourselves an old PMC wad cutter. An American Eagle Full Metal Jacket. I think it's a 135. I can't quite remember. Then we got ourselves a 125 grain hand load right here, backed by Unique. We got another little loading right here. This is a factory load. I shot this a while back and pulled a bullet. I think it's 125. I can't quite remember. That's actually a pretty decent little bullet right there. We got this silver tip, and I did a test on this one as well. Don't remember what this is, but this is factory load. This is one they don't make anymore, been discontinued, and for good reason. It really doesn't work that good. Then we got ourselves a little hand load right here. I think that's a 158 grainer. Then we're going to move into the 9mm right here. First we're going to shoot a Federal Law Enforcement 125 grain. Maybe it's 124. Then we're going to shoot a 147 grain, 124 grain Norma, 115 grain Max, coming straight out of Herzegovina. And then we got ourselves a Turkish Sterling 147 grain. Sheepdog is going nuts. There's another dog and some horses right there. I'm going to shoot one more, same bullet. Shooting those bullets just a little bit to the right. Holy crap, the thing was way low. I'm gonna shoot one more of the 6 Hour Elite Defense out of the Bursa. All right, so I was jerking the trigger a little bit on that first one. My bad. So that should put us in our hand load, 125 grain. This one will be our silver tip, followed by our 158 grain hand load, 38 Special Plus P. Woo-wee! Each one of those hit just where I was aiming. Let's just take a quick inspection before we get on to the others. That was our first shot with the 22. And I think that was our second one. Aiming right there. Shooting the burst that last time with the 6 Hour round. And that was the first time while I was aiming right there. All right, now it's got to be the ammo in the gun. Could not be the user in any way, shape, or form. All of the 380, oh shoot, look at that. Dang it, made it through right there. So aside from the bird shot, only 2 of the bullets didn't make it through. The rest penetrated just fine. And then the 9mm, just no issue there. Now we're gonna move over to the 40. We're gonna start out with the Blazer brass, Winchester. I believe these are all like 165 or something like that. And then we got this Winchester 105 grain frangible. I'm just kind of curious. I'm just gonna say, as a betting man, I'm gonna guess that penetrates. Then we got a Federal 165. We got a Hydra Suck 180 and a Gold Dot 180. Then we got a 125 grain FTX 357 Magnum, backed by Unique. We've got a 158 grain soft point backed by Unique. And we've got an XTP flat point 158 grain. I believe that one's backed by H110. Then we're gonna bump up to the big Mamba Jamba, the 44 Magnum. Got 240 grain berries backed by Unique, 240 grain berries backed by Accurate number 7, if I remember right. And then we have the same loading, but in an XTP right here, 240 grain. All right, this one is going to be the frangible. I'm going to shoot this one at the top right. Now we're on to the 44 mag. All right, now this is what I like. I like when the 44 mag hits because it slams the target. I was happy with all of those hits right there. This is the one I was wondering the most about right there, the frangible one. But hitting the light gauge steel right here, that just punched right through. All of our 40, 357 and 44 mag, big surprise, right, went through. So what did we learn right here? Restroom partitions, next to no ballistic protection, unless they're maybe shooting a 22 or a wad cutter at you through a 38 special. All right, we have it here. We've proven it, we've demonstrated it, and we had a fantastic time doing it. Thanks for joining me for the ride. And hopefully I can bring you some more high quality redneck ballistic materials testing in the future. If you don't get cut while you're doing testing, it ain't even testing. It's like we used to say, if it ain't raining, it ain't training. If you ain't bleeding, you didn't do a good enough test. Something like that. All right, we'll work on that. Say goodnight, sheepdog. Or not.